Hi guys, welcome to the range today. We're doing the follow-up to the Stoger STR-9 MC, the micro compact budget offering from Stoger. The unboxing did really well. I compared it with flat base plates to the Shield Plus and the Ruger Max9 Pro. It's very capacity to size and weight efficient. It's one of the most efficient pistols out there, and it's budget. Unfortunately, in my first two range visits, it was hitting high. Very tight groups. My first 5 shots were literally like touching each other, but it was hitting high. So I had to send it back to Stoger. I got good customer service. It got returned quickly. Since I used the flat base plates, if you want to check that out in the unboxing, you can do so. I have the extended magazines in there, and I wanted to show you how efficient it is. It's got the longest barrel, and yet it's not very big. 3.29-inch barrel, longer than a 3.1 Shield or 3.2 on the Max9. So hopefully more full hollow point expansion, especially when going through heavy clothing. Look at all my ballistics tests and meat target tests and whatnot. And but height-wise, it's really efficient, especially if you look at the front of the magazine, which is usually the printing area, the front of the base plate. Let me show you from the back, as the top of the slides are kind of aligned. The Stoger slide really isn't that tall from top to bottom, and overall the pistol isn't very tall top to bottom. So I really wanted to emphasize that. The Max9's 12+1, the other two are 13+1. Let me see if I can do some pistol Jenga here. And yes, I know they were slightly pointed at me. That's okay. Chambers are empty. They're not doing anything. And Stoger on top. And even more so at the front of the base plate compared to the Shield Plus. So let's see how she does on the range today. Maybe we'll get a chance to do some long distance on active shooter targets from targets online. Maybe we'll get to some hollow point function testing, depending on how busy the range gets. So please always like, share, subscribe, get down there in the comments, and let's see how she does. All right, guys, so here's the Stoger. We'll see where she's hitting. I put a red dot on the foreheads, and we'll adjust accordingly before we really start the comparison with the other micros. Pretty much all ammo used today. We'll start off with the PPU 124 grain, so hot, Privy Partisan. Maybe we'll get some Federal Syntech later. Again, we're on the enclosed range today. Let's go here, and then I think I'm still going to adjust it. The rear same, fours, front opposite, rear same, to bring it a little bit to the right. Then I extra tightened it down. Hopefully it will be a little bit better, and we're back at 7 yards. With 124, 6 o'clock bottom hold. Those look pretty good. A little left. I might have brought it back just a tad bit too far. It's probably on now, and that's just slight, trigger problems. Pretty small pistol, micro compact for me, but that's not bad. That is doable now. So I think we're doing much better. I had to give it that extra torque down there. I might actually have it fairly well on now. And guys, stay with me. We will be comparing a little bit with the other two micro 9s. All right, I'm going to go back to 7, do 5 more, really see where I'm hitting at 7 yards, if it's where I shouldn't complain, and it's pretty out now, I think. And then I'm also going to try 5 rounds of 124 Syntech before we start going to comparing to the micros a bit more. So bear with me here. Let's see how she does now. Seven yards. So first one went way high, and then 3 dead on, and then 1 low. 3 dead on. POV, 3 bad guys. I'm in between here, camera at 3 yards. I'm going to be at 5 yards, walking along, doing my business, and boom, surprise attack, startle reaction, taking care of business. Going with the Shield Plus first. Ah! been doing too much POI accuracy stuff, not realistic stuff. I did not feel good about those headshots at all. Well, that's one of the worst runs ever I've had on camera. I haven't been to the range doing realistic stuff in a little while. And also, the front night sight died after only 2 years on the Shield Plus. I had to call customer service for like law enforcement. And they did ship one out right away, so that was good on them. But, you know, instead of me having to ship back and all that, they sent me a new one. I did put on a new Mariglow night sight. It's weird that I bought the high-end one and it died in just, I think, at 2 years. And this one isn't totally bright. Maybe that changed something, but 1, 2, and a friggin' nick miss. Not good. Bad guy number 2. 1. Holy crap, that is really not good. And that's really not good. 1 dead center there. 1 high, hitting that gun. Your eyes kind of, anytime you use this target, you say, my eyes automatically, that's called biology, people, go towards the weapon hand. And a perfect dead center hit there. That was not awesome. That was not a great run. Let's see how the Ruger does. Just to clarify, I'm not law enforcement. I am licensed armed security. Just to clarify. That was horrible. 2 on the middle guy were bad. 2 on the right guy was bad. 2 on the left guy were perfect, pretty much. I'm okay with the one going to the gun, right? That was a really crappy run with me. Hopefully I do a little better with the Max9 Pro. I've been doing ballistics testing. You're going to want to look at all my modern meat target tests, my meat and bone target tests, and point of aim, point of impact accuracy testing with 124 grain, comparing 8 different loads. I've already privately sent it to Paul Harrell, who liked it, so I'm not sure when I'm going to release that. You're going to want to check that out as well. Okay, going about my business. Ah, back up! Whoa! I got a jam. I think this is the PPU ammo. That was the end of my run. Did I do something weird? I dipped the barrel down weird to look for my hit, I think. Let's replay that in slow motion. Did Wolfman do something stupid? Not a limp wrist, but acceleration down? That might have caused that. So it's slightly going forward and hit the bottom of the feed ramp. Failure to feed. No bueno. Still got a few left in the mag. That one's a little more forward than it should be. This is only like the second time I've had a problem with this. It was so great for so long. That really worries me. That really, really worries me. So, let's see how that does. I don't know what that was all about. All right, a little bit better with the Max9. We got an A+ there, nicking the spine, hitting the heart. And so an A+ and an A hitting the bottom of the lung. Then we transition to the left target, 2 dead center there. Hopefully it's a good hollow point that goes through the hand and deep enough to get to his organs. Skin is elastic, bones in the hand, more bones in the rib or sternum. Yeah, okay. 2 on this guy. I'm going to call that pretty perfect there. It's in the 6 or 8 inch pie, whatever that is. It's probably 6 inch pie. Very good. Headshot here, not awesome. Again, a little bit better than that, but not awesome. Now I am healing back. That one's good. That's a good A+ headshot. And that one's perfect again. Headshot. So 3 perfect. 3 perfect enough. 2 good, 1 not good. So only 1 bad instead of 4 bad. It was a really bad one with Shield Plus. Both my draws have been shitty. I haven't been doing enough realism training. Lately, these are perishable skills. Now, why am I healing back? Why am I going for headshots? Why am I making things difficult? Because if you make them more difficult in training, the better you'll be when the stuff really hits the fan and you're not prepared for it and you do get a foul draw, etc. If you're safe, right? That was very weird to get a jam there. The only other jams I've had with that Max9 was with ammo that overall length seemed too long. So that's very strange, guys. And you're healing back. Why? Because bad guys shoot really good in a couple different studies, okay, law enforcement studies and at an academy and whatnot. 5 yards and in, bad guys shoot really good, and they also instinctively go for headshots. 7 yards, you're probably equal with a bad guy. Once you increase to 12 yards, another study showed like you're pretty damn good. So guys, be practicing your 12 and 15 yard shooting as well as retreat drills, which I think is very realistic for the CCW carrying citizen. All right, let's see how the Stoger STR-9 MC does now. All right, Stoger's turn tapped off 13+1, and that's important when you get a new pistol to make sure that extra spring tension from the magazine isn't slowing the slide from reciprocating enough to get a foul. I've done it a few times already in the first range reviews. Going to do it again. Got some 124 Syntec at the top of the magazine, and then most of its PPU at the bottom. Here we go. Start recording. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Ah! Back off! I think those headshots were high. I wish I would have gotten the more expensive version with the night sight. All I've done is drop a little dot of orange nail polish in the front. I haven't looked at the targets yet. Let's see. Numero uno, number 1. We got an A+ and an A. I call the inner box an A+. They'd both be A on USPSA. Okay, so that one is hitting, I don't know, something important here. Your vein on the right side of your neck, your artery, your jugular, I don't know. Okay, and then this one is solidly in the lung. That is good. To the left target, we got 2 up here in the hand. I'm going to say that would probably still penetrate through his hand, down his forearm, hopefully with a good, hard, decently good bullet, like a punch or an HST or something. That's why I shy away from the 115s usually. That one, you don't know. I mean, real world, you don't know, right? This one, we got an A and almost an A. Maybe that's still just under the lung, actually. That one's dead center on the spine. This guy be dropping. Headshot moving back. I'm actually very happy about that. I'm very happy about that headshot. And, you know, I'm pretty dang happy about that headshot, too, just over his left eye. So the Stoger's doing really, really, really good. Stay with me, folks. All right, guys, I'm going to go back to 7 yards and do a bill drill to give you more comparison between these three, since maybe that's why you clicked on this video. If you stayed this long, thank you. I had to get things dialed in so I know that I can carry the MC. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Shield Plus. I should have an advantage. I got a night sight version, optics ready. I think it's like more like 21 ounces. The other two are just over 18 ounces, I believe, going off memory. So the Shield Plus is bigger top to bottom, okay? It is, whether it's flat base or it's the extended. So something to consider. Might be a little more shootable for some people. With the purple Syntec, that's like HST or gold. It is a little snappy, or like the punch, using the Syntec ammo. So we'll see how we do going with the Shield Plus first, because it is the heaviest, so it should be the one that goes first. 7 yards. Just going off my own beat before the rain starts, guys. Whew. Beep. All right, and good lock back. I was a little slow getting on the trigger. Was slow. That was slow getting on the trigger. I'm not sure why, considering this did just get the new front orange Amerglo night sight. I got 3 touching each other on the spine there, 4th on the spine there, so 4 A+, 5 and 6. So again, I'm not totally bagging on the Shield Plus. It's been very shootable. Obviously, I've had some problems with Smith & Wesson, but that's pretty darn good. We'll see if the Max9 and the Stoger can keep fairly there, considering they're smaller size. Only big guys can kind of pocket carry this. The other ones could be pocket carried or a backup gun, etc. All right, Ruger's turn, 7 yards. Whew. Beep. Not the best draw. I think the first shot went to the right. And to be fair to the Ruger, yeah, that's not as good. To be fair to the Ruger, it's a little looser in this holster compared to the others. I was trying to make things as fair as possible and take the holster out of the equation. So I used a generic kind of leather holster, inside waistband from Down Hume. But this is a little too much wiggle room, honestly, for this. I've carried the Shield Plus in it, no problem. I would carry the Stoger in it, no problem. Or the Stoger, I found that crossbreed Rogue holster for the Shield Plus works perfectly good with the Stoger as well. So there you got 5 very acceptable hits. 1, 2, A+, 3, 4, 5, A in the lung, and 1 down low left. So not as good, but that's kind of holster-wise based on not compatible with this Ruger. All right, the lightweight Stoger next. Beep. Perfect function and slide back, lock back always with this. 1 a little high, 1 a little outside. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now. Okay, so that's just a big rip. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in the A zone. 1, 2, 3, A+. 3 A+, 4 in the A zone. 5, 1 a little high, but that still might get pretty good stuff up there. And 1 here, C zone, but still in the lung. I'm going to call that good. I'm pretty impressed with the Stoger. It is lighter than the Shield Plus. Okay, guys? It's lighter, it's smaller, it's a higher capacity to size and weight ratio. People should be talking about efficiency. TFB TV did it a long time ago, and she did putting a Glock in with Shield Plus mags when really it was Arex Delta, which I have a lot of videos on Arex pistols as well. I am empty at the enclosed range. This has a thumb gas pedal. The other two do not. To me, that's really very important. That's something I talked about in the new Bodyguard 2.0 video you might want to check out. I like that a lot, to know I'm getting there as I'm settling the front sight on the target as I'm starting to press the trigger. That is very, very helpful. Good grip texture, good ergos. Long one already. I want to do long range and maybe some hollow point function testing. All right, thank you guys for staying with me. I want to make things as difficult as possible. I'm going to walk back to 25 yards using the short mags. And everything is topped off using the short mags, either 10+1 in the Shield Plus in the Ruger Max9 or 11+1 in the even shorter height STR-9 MC, which might be important to some people. All right, so we're going with everything is topped off, 10+1 or 11+1, 25 yards, starting with the Shield Plus. Targets from Targets Online. Use code Dan the Wolfman there. Excess sights, Tulster holster to get your discount just to help you guys out. Even made them a little 3D, and we'll see how she does with the little micro 9. Get down, active shooter! Get down! Everybody get out! Get out! Get out! Stay down! Stay down! And here we go. All 5 hits. Couple a little low. Can't actually see them that good on camera. I'm going to move you. Guys, see, without an aiming point, if someone's dressed in dark here, it's difficult. 1 really good hit. 1, 2 in the right arm. That might be good. Drop the SKS there. 1, that might do some good stuff. This one's really low. So 5 hits with the Shield Plus. I'm only going to say that 1, maybe 2 that might skim the tricep and go pretty deep in him back there. Things are 3-dimensional. 1, maybe 2 are really good there. 5 on target. Without having a red aiming point, guys, things are very difficult. You got Mark 1 eyeballs, okay? So let's see how the Max9 does now. Max9 short mag, 25 yards. Active shooter, get down, get down, get down! Get down! Everyone get out! Get out, get out, get out! Sit down, drop it! All right. Did I do shitty? 3 really good trigger pulls, 2 pretty bad ones. So I felt a little faster tempo because I could pick up, I mean, it's front fiber optic and night sight, which I like. 25 yards is pretty wide, is pushing it a bit. 1, 2, I'm going to call those really good hits. That's still pretty good in the trunk. Nearest spine, that's pretty good too. 2, 3 really good ones, and apparently 2 misses that could have lawyers attached. Probably down here-ish would be my guess. I'm not happy about missing, but I try to put myself in that mindset and look at my realistic dick and drill when I wasn't shooting past 25 yards ever in my life. Look at my realistic dick and drill video. Now I try to finish most range sessions at 25 yards. If you can, do the longest that you can. Okay, and now with the Stoger STR-9 MC. All right, Stoger's turn, and we're being hard on it, guys. This is the 3rd day shooting it. I've never gone past 10 yards with it. I might be way high, I might be way low. I don't know. We've been adjusting the rear sight today. I'm just wanting to see. We're going back to 25 yards with the short mag, but instead of 10+1 like the others, we got 11+1 in a smaller overall height package, which is pretty cool. All right, let's see how she does. Active shooter, get down, get out, everybody, get out! Get down, get down! Everybody get out! Call 911, good guy responding with the gun! Security! And 3 really good ones, 1 so-so, and 1 likely low left miss. Right-hand shooter, left eye dominant as well, and I am keeping both eyes open until I have enough time to really train it to see if 25 pass, maybe I should be closing my left eye and using my right. I'm not sure, but okay, 1 really good. This is him changing behavior, scuttling back into the bathroom like the coward shitbag he is. So is this, because that's right back there, getting to the goodies. This one, not sure. At that angle, that probably isn't doing a whole lot. And unfortunately, 1 miss. But so far, so good. I'm going to call the Stoger. It's good enough for me to start carrying. I'm really impressed with it. Let's maybe run some hollow point burn down. All right, short mag 11+1 hollow point function test Dutch buffet, I like to call it, or smorgasbord, guys. We're going to go with the first 3 rounds will be Winchester White Box 115, then 124 HST, then 124 Punch, which I think might be getting slightly higher velocity from the short barrel. So I did it in this order on purpose to see if I can tell a recoil difference. And then Sierra Target 124, which I think expands a little bit, but that ain't like a good hollow point like you want. Federal, thank you for sending me these to test. I'm almost running out, but it is important for you guys to see this kind of stuff and make sure we got 100% functioning before I carry this little Stoger, which I really like, and I also really like it even with the pinky mag, because I mean, my pinky wraps underneath, and it's still a pretty good support compared to some other pistols. Look at the unboxing video comparison. Okay, I'm going to go back to 10 yards. Going to 12 yards. 12 yards. All right, next up, HSTs. Next up, 124 grain punch. And And they are a little bit snappier than the HSTs, just by a little bit. And now the CR should be low recoil. All right, at perfect function, perfect lockback, 4 different hollow points, all hitting good upper thoracic cavity. I'm okay with all of those. That's like 6 inches pie. And then just on the outskirts with those two. And the predominance is here. Obviously, we can all play back to see which one was hitting the best. So, guys, overall, I am impressed with the Stoger STR-9 MC. I think it is a very good budget buy. The mags can be a little hard to load. You need to use the loader. There are some reports from people making comments on my unboxing video of theirs also hitting high. So that's interesting. Hopefully they solve that if that is an issue, or make sure they tighten down, really tighten that rear down a lot better. But overall, like a $250, I mean, I think the rebate, I don't know when you hear this, if the rebate's still going on, $30 or $50. They happen sometimes, though. And the fact that this comes with both the 11 and the 13-round magazine in free-ish states, compared to the others, that gives you some options, which is really, really nice. It has great ergos, and it makes me want to check out more stuff from Stoger. They said they were going to send me one of their new big bore pistols. I'm really looking forward to, because if that goes well, that may be a great budget-ish option for home defense pistol with a weapon-mounted light, maybe a red dot, and all the goodies that you can get. I got Gideon sent me some red dots, so we'll be doing some stuff like that in the future. I think this is worth it, and I think if you can afford the better version, if they had one at the store, I would have gotten the one with the front night sight and 3 mags instead of the 2. So overall, very impressed with the Stoger. Interesting that I got another stoppage with the Max9. The Shield Plus has been good, other than the front night sight shouldn't be dying on me 2 years into buying their top-of-the-line model. So Stoger, good customer service. I got it back. I'm really hoping they send me a shotgun and this new 45 full-size badass to test out. Please get down in the comments. I know it was a long one. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Always drop a comment. Help me out. I think I'm the most thorough video on reviewing this stuff, and, you know, hollow points are cheap, even the ones that Federal didn't send me, and I'm running out of that 9mm ammo anyway that Federal sent. Thanks, everybody, and thanks to Targets Online, Tulster Holster, XS Sights, Federal Ammunition, of course, are the best. And if you don't want to spend the money on HSTs, the punch is really the best option from the short barrels. Look at my second ballistics test I ever did from a 3.2 inch from the Max9 barrel, and look how good the punch did. And it does seem a little bit more punchier from the short barrels. The HST was designed around 4.5-ish Glock 1917s. The HST, the punch might be the best budget-ish option there is, especially for the short barrels, but it performs really good in the longer barrels too. So get down there in the comments. Thanks, everyone. Kaboom.